Hey guys, welcome back to Frenemies. I'm Ian, and we are back for more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Last episode, we lost Davis. Great episode. We found out also more about Sarge and who he actually is. Apparently this Pato Kuchik or Kutik, I don't know how you say his name, I forgot. That the first guy, the guy we met in the first season, the one that died crossing over, he mentioned his name. I guess Sarge told them that name. I don't know why, because they're supposed to know that what's her name? I just blanked already. Izel, she's the one that they're going after. So I don't know what Batakutik was supposed to mean to them. But yeah, we find out that Sarge is a non-corporeal being as well as Izel. That the reason he looks like Sarge is because the monoliths from last season that were destroyed, one of them was creation and created a copy of Coulson's body that had his memories and everything. So I don't know if Coulson's in there exactly. I mean, I know his mind is, and that's kind of in like his drive, which is I'm assuming why he's fighting Izel on the fact that he is who he is, or that he's this incorporeal being, and wants to stop her so badly. So something about Coulson's still there. So I'm wondering if we could have Coulson back for the very last season, because it would feel really weird to have the very last season next season to be without Coulson at all, without Clark Gregg. But who knows? I don't know. We might have that. We might not have Coulson or Clark at all. But I'm not sure. Well, we still have 2 episodes left, so we'll see where this goes with that. 2 episodes left of this season. It's really weird. It's weird having a S.H.I.E.L.D. season that's only 13 episodes long and having it end so soon. Anybody who saw the Comic-Con stuff this weekend, with Ming crying, and I don't know. I'm not ready for this series to end, guys. I really am not. I this and Arrow are ending. Well, this is ending after Arrow, but they're technically kind of ending on the same ish note. I don't know what to do, guys. After the show's ended, I'm not gonna what's funny is that this was one of the shows that, even though they went up really late, one of the shows that I recorded first for reaction. It was actually, I think I recorded this before. No, the first one I did was Flash, but still, it's one of the first ones I did. Even though, again, I didn't upload till super recently. It was really late. Let's see, Izel's taking control of Yo-Yo now, and Max with her. Well, she's with Izel. He's with Izel / Yo-Yo. And then the team is gonna have to do something. I'm not really sure what. Maybe we can get Sarge to help us out. I hope neither Mac or Yo-Yo. I don't think either of them will die. Pretty sure. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that happened last week. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into this next episode. Oh God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. No, it's not you. It's fine. It's fine.
I did this to you.
Izel, it's just you and me here.
Why is she keeping us alive?
She thinks we have information.
The only one that would know is Benson.
Well, that's a name I haven't heard before.
Yep. God, son of a.
I'm hoping that you will.
Not the cure for your loneliness.
Oh, his hands. Oh. You strong.
He should be fighting it.
Who should? I'm sorry, May, but the person that is in there is not the man that you loved.
Move.
I understand. Holding out hope that Coulson is somehow back.
I wish he was back. To remind you of the days I was your SO. And also, to look for the good no matter how scared you are to face it.
May.
You want to force it out of him? Go ahead. But if it backfires, it's on you. We have enough to worry about with Mac and Yo-Yo MIA.
Now, these runes are referencing a site where the Dialas, as they're called, the monoliths, which can be used to open a doorway between our world and the world where Izel comes from.
What does the story say for what purpose?
Well, I found a passage referencing trapped souls yearning to be free. It would prove Keller right once again.
I'll make sure to tell him you said that.
Oh, don't show it on your face. Oh, okay, gotcha. He wasn't looking.
He'd be amused.
And you can just show me the coordinates on a map. Vincent. Give me the location. That's an order.
Oh no.
All right, well, if you've made up your mind.
Don't do it! God, you son of a...
Izel can only possess one person at a time. This way, at least one of us will always be awake.
To get murdered by the one that isn't.
And I knew that getting Izel off the base would buy the team some time. They'll figure out a way to stop her.
I suppose I can see how that's a smart plan.
Feels good to argue again, doesn't it?
Oh, come on.
Whatever you see, it's not real.
Find it if you have to.
It's not real, but it can still hurt you. Oh man. Oh crap. Oh crap. I haven't even don't know what's on it yet. I'm still already tearing up. Don't do this. Oh, she hasn't opened it yet? Or she has, okay. Come on, I wanna know.
I'm not your guy. I'm not that rage either. None of it belongs to me. I'm nothing.
I think you are something.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was gonna happen.
I want to see it come out.
Daisy, god dang it.
You were so close, I could smell the liquor on your breath.
No, Thomas. I didn't.
How much were you drinking that night?
No. No.
Dying would be a relief now, wouldn't it? But it's not an option.
You don't know what you're doing.
How many more times do I need to snap your neck? Because I'll do it again. Just let it out.
I need to find...
You are not going anywhere. Show me what you are.
Super speed? Can she see?
You need this?
Be ready, Doctor.
Did you really think that would work?
It worked well enough.
Go ahead. It'll be easier than doing it myself. Come on, what are you waiting for? Do it! Kill me, Sky.
Oh!
If it works on me, it'll work on her. But you have to do it now before I get any stronger.
Wait, what?
You can't wait! Don't you understand? It's all coming back to me. I'll lose control. I could kill everyone here. End it!
No, I can't do it.
You've always been capable of more than you think. Now do it. Do it! Do it.
You were gonna sacrifice yourself. That's what Coulson would have done. You won't.
Still no sign of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Not yet.
Well, at least his nightmare's over.
We both just please shut up for a second.
Yeet, what you got?
Memories. The pain.
Oh.
Her song ringing through every bone in my body.
What memory?
There. Did you hear that? Resonant frequencies. That's how her powers work.
Just like the monoliths. It's how Izel can incorporealize and occupy the same space as her host.
Think about it. Atoms are mostly just empty space, and if
Attaboy,
they're gonna pass
Deke.
through each other or intertwine,
She's aligning her atoms through harmonic resonance.
so we just need to disrupt the harmonic frequency like these do.
That's why they're so effective against the Shrike.
We need to design something compact.
To send inaudible frequencies that reverberate.
That's why that sonar thing can keep the Shrike away.
Yeah, I'm gonna get started on a design, so it needs to be wearable.
Like a belt buckle.
I like it.
And we could build a prototype in a couple of hours once we have a design. Let's get started.
The belt buckle. You're part of the family, Deke. Don't you die though. Now I'm worried about everybody dying.
So your minds are going to create them from...
Shh.
But you can't do it yourself. That's why you need us.
I've already shown you that humans are incapable of controlling their fears.
But we're not afraid of you.
Then who's that?
Oh no!
How did I get here?
It's Flint, right? Oh, it's been a while. I'm sorry.
We have learned more than anticipated.
Wait!
We may yet save Chronica 2. Request denied.
Uh-oh.
If we can reclaim Chronica 2, conquest is unnecessary.
Uh-oh.
I see no flaw in our current plan.
Mutiny.
That is because you are the flaw.
Oh, dear. Can't say didn't see that coming. I mean, she can. She can't either. She's dead.
You have your new targets.
Oh, man. Fitzsimmons? What are we doing with these folks? Man. S.H.I.E.L.D. knows how to get your, like, right in your emotions. The surefire way to get me to cry is probably bring in Coulson and like an emotional scene. They essentially did that. Coulson's still there. He's trying to fight the initial being that took over his body. He's still in there. But it's like, it's kind of not. He's not. They've merged. And it's made Sarge. They said, you know, he's lost. He wants somewhere to belong, essentially. And Coulson, all he wanted was for them to look after each other. And so they're going to do that. Hopefully they're going to do it with Sarge. Hopefully he doesn't die. If any reason to have Clark Gregg, I'll take it. I think this would be a very interesting role. Like, he's not quite Coulson, but he's there. Like, he's got essence of Coulson, not just his face now, and not just the memories. Like, he's got the emotion there. You call her Sky? He always had trouble calling her Daisy for like the beginning portions anyway. Like in season 3, I think. Yeah, it was throughout season 3 he had trouble calling her Daisy. He's the only one. Oh, that was a good choice to call her Sky, man. That got me really bad. But what the heck are we doing with the Chronica people? Like, we haven't dealt with them at all, and I don't know exactly what their tie is, even though they've stated that, let's say, your 2 targets, or you say 2 targets, or you just say targets, I don't remember, but, like, I'm assuming they're talking about Fitzsimmons. Well, you said your new targets, but still, I'm assuming he's talking about Fitzsimmons, because last time we saw him and his buddy over here on his right, our left, he was saying that they have their minds, basically, their brains duplicated. So I guess he's wanting them. I thought we didn't need them, but I don't know. But he says maybe it's not them. Like, what is it that this has to do with the rest of our story? I'm curious, and I'm assuming it has to do with Enoch, probably. Maybe that's what he's talking about. I don't know. But yeah, they basically mutinied and killed whatever her name is. Enoch's ex, essentially. But yeah, I didn't think we'd be dealing with that. I actually kind of forgot about this part. Because we haven't dealt with this since, what was it? I can't remember. I think it was the episode They Got Back? Maybe? No. I don't remember. When I'm just saying, like, Daisy and the others, not Fitzsimmons, when they were still here, but that doesn't make any sense, because it was after, I think, the rest of the team. I don't remember, honestly. But yeah, we haven't dealt with them at least it seemed like a while anyway. I don't know, I could be wrong. But still, I don't know if this is going to have any kind of tie with the rest of our story, or just maybe Fitzsimmons. I don't know. But, so that's Flint, right? I can't remember. It's been a while since that part of Season 5, because that was just like the first half of Season 5. I didn't think we'd see him again. Like, during Season 5, I was hoping we would, but then I kind of just think about it, and I forgot that I had no thought wondering whether he'd be back this season. So that's interesting. Is that Max or Yo-Yo? I want to assume that that's Max, but I would think that maybe that because like he kind of maybe I'm looking too into this, but maybe kind of almost seeing him as like a sort of a son, kind of, at least in the short time that he got to know him. Maybe he felt like son-like. I don't know, but I think maybe the would have made more sense if his daughter from the framework was brought out. That would have made a little more sense. So I don't know it could be both. It could be either Max or Yo-Yo's fear. I'm not really sure what that's gonna entail, because they left Flint with, they stopped the Kree. They taken over, and they were working on rebuilding the Earth where we left them, or they were about to start rebuilding the Earth. So maybe now that the time's different, I don't know. Did it change what happened in their future, or is it like the multiverse that it split off and they're still in like a different part of they're in a different dimension or something? I don't know. Because I don't know if we're dealing with multiverse in this, because I thought originally I was thinking that's what that was with Sarge, but that's not the thing. Well, wherever Izel and Sarge are from, that's kind of another dimension, isn't it? It's not like a different Earth, I don't think, but it's like another realm, so maybe that's not the same thing. There's another thing that I can think of that why he would maybe feel guilt or fear about Flint is because maybe like now that they've changed time, their timeline doesn't exist anymore and Flint doesn't exist, or I don't know. But that would kind of be a good thing for Flint. Maybe he might still exist, just in a different, more relaxed world, less riddled with with chaos and the past reign of the Kree. So I don't know. Deke came in and figured things out. He was talking about, he was listening to what Sarge said about Izel's song, which we saw kind of like how she was controlling, or she was sort of creating a Shrike from a shard. And that's for a second I thought maybe that meant Sarge was being controlled, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know what that meant, what that means to Sarge, because the way it said it, he felt it in his bones, and I think that's what he said. But I don't know for sure. Yeah, her song's ringing through every bone in his body. So I don't know if like she could control him too, or I don't know. Maybe just because that's just a memory of his self before becoming Sarge. Like just the feeling of that. I don't know if you meant then just like she controlled him. Maybe it's just like a kind of a what's the word, like a meaningful connection between them. I can't think of the actual word I was trying to say, but it's, you know, like that was something that meant something between them. Like it was not romantic. What's the stupid word? God, it's gonna piss me off. But you know, I think you know what I'm trying to say. I'm wondering if that's what that is, but you can find out that it's her abilities have to do with resonant frequency, which makes sense, seeing as like what she it's kind of like phasing, like what she can do in a sense. She's like I think they explained like better than I can explain anyway. Her basically her cells taking up almost the same place as another, in the same spot as another person's. They're just, it's kind of like when in Flash where he can vibrate his molecules through an object, because they're vibrating at such a rapid speed that they can go through, like his molecules can go through the spaces of the other molecules, like a solid object, you know, it's solid, but there's still there's space between each molecule, and you can vibrate his molecules to go between those spaces. So it's kind of similar like that. I think it's more like kind of like how different Earths, how they reside in the same place but in a different frequency, where they exist in the same spot at the same time, just on a different plane. So I think that's what that's split like that. I think that's what it's like with her powers.
She's aligning her atoms to harmonic resonance. So we just need
Aligning her atoms through harmonic resonance is what Fitz said. I think that's still the same thing what I was explaining before, and that's why they had that box. I forgot what it was called, but that what Sarge used to keep the Shrike away. That's what they didn't, either they couldn't sense them through it or it didn't like it. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's what. Okay, Fitz or Simmons is the one that said occupy the same space as the host. Yeah, so it's kind of like how the multiverse works. How an Earth can exist in the same space as another Earth, just on a different plane in a sense. But that's cool. That's a really interesting, I guess, look on the power. Very interesting way to explain it. And I'm used to like possession to being like possession, like taking control of the body, more so like going in, like it's not explained that way. It's slightly different enough to be not the same power, which is really cool. I kind of like the take on that. And I don't quite know the reason behind the sword, the weapons. Like something about they can. I know they have the resonances of their own, which I think is what's supposed to disrupt her frequency and the Shrike. Okay, that's cool. So basically, they're gonna kind of make like a belt buckle, like not Fitz. I'm sorry, like Deke's old kind of anti-gravity kind of buckle. But that creates like a sonic resonance throughout the body to keep her to occupy the same space. Like it's like filling the. At least I'm thinking this is kind of how it's working, where it's filling the empty spaces between each molecule, and so that her molecules or another molecules can't squeeze through or in between the empty spaces. There's something keeping them out. He did it. He's been trying to help them throughout this whole episode, and I feel really bad. I felt kind of bad for him because he's wanting to help, and he's wanting to be part of basically their family, and he did it. He found it on his own. He's like, "Hey guys, shut up! I'm trying to hold on. You're doing great, but shut up for a second. I'm listening to something." And he's the one that figured out how Izel's powers work. Deke's pretty smart actually. Like he seems stupid, but it's just like he's actually really intelligent. I mean, he's got these two from grandparents. I mean, he had to have inherited like kind of like the way their minds work in a sense. And he's also from the future, but they're not too much from the future, I don't think. Okay, I guess it was a while. Oh, it was like 90 years. That's right. Forgot. It is a long time. It was like 90-something years in the future. So he does have also that kind of backing him up. He understands like the futuristic technology. So it's not, I guess, too much to figure out the old stuff. But he's also just intelligent. He's actually created his own stuff too, and he did put together his own framework in the future. Even though with like limited amount of information he had to make Earth like a fake Earth, he still did it. So it was really cool seeing Deke being able to pull that through and help him the way he did. And they were like, I'm loving the like him trying to get Fitz's approval essentially and trying to get a relationship with Fitz, because the one that the other Fitz didn't quite take to him too well for the most part. I think he was kind of slowly warming up to him in the end, but I think he was too bittered, I guess, by the more like having to be in the state of mind of essentially Leopold when he was pretending to be this I forgot what he was exactly when he was when he was pretending to buy the Inhumans from one of the Krees that has the Mega. I forgot his name. Cassius. I knew it was Asias in there, somewhere around there. But yeah, so Cassius. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, Deacon and Fitz. I'm liking where they're showing their relationship going. They're kind of being a family, so it's really nice. And Simmons seems happy to see how Fitz is kind of taking in Deke a little more than his future self. I knew. Well, no, I was wondering. I was paranoid about. We're going to the beginning. We went to a long spiel about nearing stuff to the end. We haven't really talked about the other stuff, but at the beginning with Mac and Yo-Yo, for a second I thought that Izel left them she just let them to be for now until she needed their bodies or whatever until for later. But then I was wondering as she was cleaning up, I was like, wait, is she and Mac trying to get information? Which she was, which sucks. But Yo-Yo felt so terrible. Like she sees him all messed up, and then she sees her hands covered in his blood, and she just doesn't know. She doesn't know what to do. She can't She couldn't help it, and she felt terrible still because it was still her body messing him up. But yeah, then they got Benson because of that. And God, he stood up to her, man. He was ready to sacrifice himself for the world, and because he probably didn't want to. He's probably ready to go. He wants to. I don't know whether he believes what his faith. I don't know what his faith is, but whether he's thinking he can he'll be with his husband, or he just doesn't want to be on this world anymore without him, or maybe he wants to be put to rest. I'm not really sure, but either way, he was ready to put his life on the line, and then she freaking uses fear, brings his dead husband, making him feel guilty about what he might have felt. I mean, he wasn't the one driving, right? He wasn't there, right? It was the husband. It was just right. Was the husband? Was Benson driving? I didn't quite. Maybe I misheard. Because it sounded like he was making him feel guilty, the fake husband. Or is he more so saying he was drunk when he told them to cut the life support? I feel like I'm missing something that's supposed to be obvious, and I feel really stupid. Is it was he the one that the driver that hit him? I don't think that's what they're going for. I don't think that's what they were trying to say. I think I'm just missing something. I think he's trying to make him feel guilty, and when he was talking about I could smell the alcohol in your breath, but making him feel like maybe it was the alcohol that was kind of made him, or not made him he had made the call to turn off life support when he was drunk. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think he was though. He might have been drinking a bit. I mean, he's seeing his husband, brain dead, and only hanging on because of life support. So I mean, that's a tough spot to be in. That's gonna push a lot of people to start to drink, at least at that moment. So just kind of help him get through that moment. So I mean, I don't know. God, I felt so bad for that stupid freaking. God, Izel is such. Oh, I forgot to mention last episode. Like, it made sense. Like when we found out, like, really found out what Sarge was. I forgot to mention that made sense why he stood toe to toe with Coulson with Mac. The previous episode, right? Was it the previous episode? I think so. Yeah, it was the previous episode. No, not last week. The episode before last week. The Collision Course Part 2. Like, I was wondering, like, dude, any normal person would be knocked out by, like, one, maybe two of Mac's punches. Like, that dude's massive. But, yeah, he took multiple punches, and he hit Mac pretty good. I don't think he broke the skin. If he did, not much, but, yeah. And then beating the amount, how much that Mac was beating on him would have put, again, another person, a lesser being, into a coma, or not a coma, but give them a concussion. But yeah, that's because he's this thing. That makes sense. It's strong. Like, he basically kind of does similar things that Izel does. I don't know if he can do it, or if he has like different abilities, or it's just because of how he was created, how this body was created, kind of like with a different. I wonder if it's just creation or if it's like a mixture of the other monoliths, like the gravitonium. I don't know. But like he super punched that thing. I don't know if Izel can do that because I don't think Yo-Yo's that strong with those arms. I could be wrong. I mean, she's pretty strong. She can break chains. But I don't know if she's strong enough to like throw Mac up into the air and hit the roof of or the ceiling of the Zephyr. Maybe she is. Again, I don't know how strong Izel is, but freaking Sarge, he like basically kind of like a sort. He kind of did a like. I'm trying to think. He like created a pulse in his hands and then like use it to and put the amount of energy into his arms, his hands, his punches, and it just like blew a hole through the freaking room, through the cell. So yeah, he's pretty freaking strong. I don't know. Like, is he gonna use the sword? I mean, I'm assuming he's gonna use the sword against Izel. I don't know if I don't know if they can get to them in time before whatever's gonna happen. Like, how are their fears supposed to create the monoliths or the the monoliths? Like, right now they just created Flint, I think his name is. I don't know how that's supposed to. Well, no. Flint did make one of the time monolith. So maybe that's what brought him through. They were afraid. Maybe it's because like their fear of him being able to create the monoliths with his abilities. Would it have his abilities to like manipulate earth or rock? It's not dirt. He can only. I think it's just rock. But like he could, because she said that the not the tower. What is it? Where they're at, like the stone is created by this, or is made of the same rock the monoliths are. So maybe that's what, like his subconscious or one of their subconscious, they fear that with his ability to basically create a monolith. So I don't know. That's gonna suck. That actually makes more sense why he was brought. I was such an idiot. Pretty sure everybody else figured that out as soon as they saw him. Sorry, it took me so long to get that. If that is in fact why, like, what the reason they brought him. Yeah, I think that's essentially everything. I mean, we already talked about everything that I had written down anyway, that I could think of. God, I thought this was a great episode. They pulled on just the right heartstrings. Freaking brought the Coulson part. Now we have to worry about Flint possibly creating more monoliths. Freaking that scene with Sarge / Coulson. I guess Sergeant Coulson, would that work? I don't know. But unless somebody hates it, I'm gonna call him Sergeant Coulson for now. I might still call him that. I'm sorry. but it works. But maybe not. Anyway, so but the scene with Sarge, saying that he can't control it, kill me before I kill somebody else, man. It was just seeing that fight, seeing Coulson in there, wanting to protect them. Like he was going to, I'd probably go to Izel so that she could kill him, or maybe I don't know. But he even wanted Daisy to kill him, so that he wouldn't have to worry about hurting them or anybody else. Man, that got me so bad. Like seeing Coulson in there and seeing Daisy realize that he's there, and the hug, and oh god, and you saw him like, which is freaking crazy. But like right before the hug, like he was starting to do it again before he became solid, or after he became solid, he was starting to do it again. And then she hugged him, and it's like her essence, his memory, and then the emotions of her just caused him to gain control back and stabilize himself as Sarge and Coulson. So. Man, such a good show, man. I'm gonna miss this when it's gone. I'm not gonna be able to handle it. I can really handle it now. Guys, that's it for this week's episode. For Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, we just have 2 more episodes, guys. 2 more. Next week's the penultimate. God, can't believe it. If you want to check the rest of our stuff, go into the bubble right next to me, the button right next to me. And if you want to stick around for next week's penultimate, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you want to be notified when that stuff comes out, go and click the bell icon down below. Again, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you next week.